and welcome to Corporate Roadshow. I'm Dana, and I'm here today with Glynn Wilson, and he is the CEO of Tapimmune. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for the invitation.
Of course. Tell me a bit more about Tapimmune.
Tapimmune is an immunotherapy company trying to harness the body's own immune system to fight disease, such as cancer and viral infections.
Beautiful. So if you were to get a bit more detailed about that for the layperson, how would you describe the process?
The company was founded around a technology called TAP, which is a transporter associated with antigen processing, which is a key part of the immune surveillance system that distinguishes between normal and foreign antigens.
Okay.
Allows the cellular immune system, the killer T cells, to decide what is good and what is bad. But the problem is, in many cancers and in some viral diseases, TAP is turned off, downregulated. It amounts to the same thing. The immune system can't see the cell as foreign.
So natural TAP in a body would be shut down.
Yes.
And so by boosting it, and with this technology, it can again turn itself on, essentially.
That's right. You can express antigens on the surface, the immune system sees them, and the immune system, in the case of cancers in animals, some highly metastatic tumors, you can actually reduce the size of the tumor and you can increase the survival of the animals.
Oh wow. So
just with TAP.
That's huge. So yes. It essentially allows your body to recognize what's happening, what's good, what's bad.
Yes.
Yes, and then therefore create a positive immune reaction in getting rid of the bad. That's
right. But what we did, we realized that there were a number of other pieces of the immune system that we needed to stimulate too. We needed to. It's not just good enough to allow the immune system to see abnormal cells. What you need to do is stimulate the killer T cells themselves, and you need to stimulate the helper cells that can enable the killer cells to function over a longer period of time. So these were deficiencies in existing vaccine approaches. The three of them: the ability of the T cells to see tumors, and the ability to stimulate killer cells and helper cells. So what we've done is put a vaccine platform together that allows us to do all three.
Interesting. So this all happens within a vaccine?
Yes.
Wow. Very interesting.
Well, we can use it in a vaccine, or TAP can be used alone as an adjuvant therapy.
As a what type of therapy?
An adjuvant in concert with other things. A good example of that is a new collaboration we have with the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center in Seattle, where we're going to look at TAP in conjunction with T cell therapy.
Very interesting.
Where they're taking patients' T cells out, growing them up, and then putting them back.
And what's the reception been like so far?
It's been very favorable.
Yes.
We didn't have to work very hard to get that collaboration.
Okay.
Because it makes a lot of sense, because we knew that there was a strong correlation between levels of TAP and disease progression and more mortality in melanoma patients. If they had high levels of TAP, they survive for a long period of time.
Wow.
If they have low levels of TAP or no TAP, they die very quickly.
So this is profound science. This is something that can change the whole spectrum of what we're pursuing now in medicine, essentially.
Absolutely. It's profound science, and it's almost everything we've done has been published in peer-reviewed journals.
Beautiful. And outside of cancer, what type of immunology do you work with?
Outside cancer, we've got a collaboration with the Mayo Clinic on infectious disease. Initially smallpox, but is expanding into emerging viral threats.
Wow.
Because part of our platform, which is a gene-based approach, an expression vector approach, allows us to cut and paste new antigens into our platform very quickly.
Wow, very interesting. Okay. And you're currently being traded publicly.
Yes.
What's the symbol?
Symbol is TPIV.
TPIV. And why is now a good time for investors to consider your company?
From my perspective, I've spent the last few years really putting the fundamentals in place for this company, scientifically. Okay. And that includes our clinical program on HER2 breast cancer with the Mayo Clinic. And so we're now starting to see results come from those studies. I think it's now The fundamentals are in place. Got a great team of people in Seattle. So I think we're now looking ahead at a number of interesting developments over the next 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months, okay, great. And if I were wanting to find further information, how can I find it?
Tapimmune.com.
Tapimmune.com. Thank you so much, okay. Thank you so much, Glynn, for joining us. Thank you for joining us for corporateroadshow.com. And if you'd like any further information, either tapimmune.com or corporateroadshow.com. Thanks again.